Today we're going to talk a little bit about the 3 phases of retirement. By the end of this video, you should have some ideas what that might look like, regardless of your age, and how to prepare for these phases. I'm Glenda Jensen, President and Founder, Jensen Financial Group. Most people think that retirement is 30 to 40 years of outright bliss, right? You got your dancing shoes on, you're gonna travel, spend time at the beach, maybe you've got a beach house, just having the time of your life. And I hope that that's true. I hope that's true for all of us. There's no set standard of time that occurs, but unfortunately, that's not all what retirement ends up being. So it's not true. So I want to talk about the 3 phases of retirement and how everybody's situation is different. But the first phase is what we call the go-go years. Now you might have guessed all those things I just mentioned is what happens in the go-go years. How long is the go-go years? I don't know. What is your thought on that? How long do you think you see yourself living the life, being free from work and able to do the things that you've worked your entire life for? So the go-go phase is one of those time frames where you get to do all of those things. Travel, go to the beach, play sports, pickleball, golf, whatever the case may be, spend time with the grandkids, all of those things. But it doesn't last forever because eventually we start going into what we call the second phase, which is slow go. I think you probably already figured this one out, right? So slow go means you're going to dial it down, some more than others. And again, this depends on you as far as how long each of these phases are going to last in your life. So the slow go means I could do all of the things that I was doing in my earlier years, but I really don't want to. I think I'm going to go to bed at 9. Going to go hit all the blue light specials. Don't want to be out too late. Can't see as well when it's dark outside. That's kind of what the slow go years are. It's not a bad thing. It just means we kind of dial it down a little bit. And then finally, the third phase is what we call the no-go. And like it sounds, it's basically you're not going to be leaving the building unless you're leaving the building. Hope you understand what I'm saying there. So one of the questions that I like to ask people is, how has watching your parents or grandparents, whatever age you are, how has watching them spend time in retirement, how does that affect you and how you want to live in retirement? Because, we're all different. We all have different genes, but sometimes watching what happens with your parents or your grandparents maybe gives you a little bit of an idea of what your life in those stages would look like. So regardless of where you're at, planning is key. And the most important part, financially speaking, of those go-go years is income. So what you don't want is to not be able to do all these things that you are ready for because you don't have the income to do it. So income is a huge part of preparing for the go-go years. Obviously when we get to the slow go mode, we might be thinking about different things like maybe long-term care. And then eventually no-go. And this is your opportunity to, for some families, maybe you're leaving a life insurance policy or death benefit for the kids or the grandkids, whatever the case may be. But one thing I would say about that is spend all of your retirement money. It's your money. That's what the purpose of that was for. Get a life insurance policy for a much better, smaller amount with a higher payout to the kids or the grandkids. But don't let that affect your life. Make sure that you live your life, especially in the early years, and enjoy life for the time that you have here. So I hope that you find that enlightening and look forward to talking to you face to face if this is something that you want to start planning for, regardless of your age, to see what these years will look like for you. So we'll look forward to seeing you, and see you next time.